Colossus.
So in
Vikings,
total, sorry Deltron, I just wanted to tell that in total we already have 7 barracks with tech labs.
yeah, so lots of marauders, and probably the most efficient way to deal against marauders are void rays. But if you get quite a lot of Vikings, you're quite safe. Probably the only thing that cavab's army can lose now is some well-placed storms. But as we can see, there's still no storm, I think, or is it? It's only now half a research, and this push will be very hard to deal. Probably cavab will be opting to deny the expansion that Inori is building at quite the most further away position for it to be safe.
And
actually,
actually,
yes, Thomas.
Actually, I see that now Inori is researching psionic storm, so unless he can hope that it will come on time.
He won't be able to cast lots of storms because Templars didn't have energy upgrade, and now a big push with lots of tanks.
And using the Stalkers to focus on the tanks, linking
a very good storm. And Inori handled this very well.
A second wave of Crab's forces.
And he's transforming 2 High Templars into Archon.
And Archon is a very powerful against Terran infantry, dealing a lot of damage to biological units.
Now storming a bit of his zealot, trying to use Blink to catch these marauders, and marauders actually were shooting at the wolf statue. Probably they don't like dogs. But anyway, cavab has third base running. He will be able to get Ghost now because he has his Ghost Academy, and Inori now is probably trying to push, but it will be very hard against this fortified Terran base.
And cavab is luring Inori's forces into the bunker line.
So some nice storms by Inori. Actually quite a strong push. Cavab should be massing forces at his main instead of going in now and just... Oh, actually cavab is repelling this.
Use some of the cities to soak some damage from the zealot.
Yeah, and tank on the ramp really helps marauders to deal with Stalkers.
Yeah, and as we can see, cavab has 2-1 upgrades on his infantry. Also Inori has 2-1 upgrades on his ground units also. And in the meanwhile, while he was attacking, he wasn't really making probes for his new expansion. So that isn't a very good thing. And cavab is now researching Cloak for Ghost. Maybe we will be able to see some nice EMPs, but also nuke is quite a good option. If he can get 2 nukes into Inori's main base, where he has all his warplanes, it would be very bad for him.
And we see already 4th base for cavab.
And Inori is trying to get the gold expansion. I don't think this is very good because tanks can shoot into the probes with when standing near Xel'Naga towers, so it is quite a risky expansion. And what cavab should be doing, as I wanted to say that he should be doing drops to Inori's main because the flight distance is very short and he is doing so.
and with no forces in his to defend his base, that can do some serious damage. 2 warp gates going down, 3, as well as cybernetics core, a couple of skeletons and probes trying to desperately defend the base.
At the same moment, Inori attacks 3rd cavab's base. A lot of High Templars, but no storms yet.
Yes, he didn't get the energy upgrade for the Templars, Kaidarian Amulet, so Templars need to wait quite a lot until they can cast storms. And this was very unfortunate because now, without storms, cavab was able to survive, and now he's wreaving havoc on Inori's base. He's losing lots of warp gates.
But actually, at the same time, Inori was giving really hard time to cavab on his natural expansion, and he was using a lot of storms and feedback on medivacs. So it's kind of one, I would say.
Yes, and the cavab also doesn't have his expansions mining yet. Only now he throws down mules on his 3rd expansion, and is getting planetary fortress on his 4th expansion. And Inori now trying to build some probes at his gold expansion, and probably should be trying to deny cavab's mining.
And 2 more medivacs, just dropping some units into Inori's base, destroying yet another warp gate.
Yeah, and he is loading up more units into medivacs and sending it to Inori's base. It is really a weak spot in Inori's base, and cavab is exploiting it. Actually, what Inori could do, he could get some warp prisms, but his robotics facility is down, and just do counter drops because all the tanks are placed on the ledge near his natural, so he could deal some damage because Inori is losing unit producing structures all the time, and has to rebuild them, while cavab is keeping all them safe.
Yes, and with a high production structure count, you can pull ahead an army size.
And it's interesting that at the 9 o'clock, cavab has 2 medivacs full of army, but it's not clear whether he forgot about those or he's just saving them for later harassment. But they are over there, left alone.
And quite a big push coming from cavab.
And actually, big mistake. A big mistake by Inori. He is mining only from 2 gas geysers, so he can only refresh with zealots that are not very good against this mix of tanks.
And now those 2 medivacs from 9 o'clock position move up to Inori's 3rd expansion, denying all the mining.
And at the same time, 4 cloaked cavab's snipers are moving into Inori's gold expansion.
Yeah, and Inori calls GG, and cavab is the victor.
But Deltron, don't you think that Inori called GG a little bit too soon?
I don't think so, because he had his only mining base destroyed, and the gold expansion the gold expansion will be destroyed soon, and he lost all his workers to those medivacs and Marauder drop at the same time while he was pushing, so probably Inori didn't have big chances to win here.
Anyway, it was pretty long and very interesting match between cavab and Inori, and that closes the third best of 3 matches. And we're finishing this cast, and depending on our free time abilities and other things, perhaps you will see more VODs. So it was Vidas, Tomas and Deltron from StarCraftLT.com, and we hope you see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.